And we are live. All right, we're here. We're back. Another episode of Black Vortex podcast with your host, Jake's Claim to Game. What's up, guys? It's Jake's Claim to Game. Here, I'm like Crystalia, except I'm possibly not a sex offender. Anyway, boy, have we got some stuff to go about. And you may have noticed this is the first in our podcast. I'm doing a face cam. Like, I'm live and I'm doing a face cam. I'm showing you all my beautiful face for this with my headphones, and you get a really good view with my microphone here, as most good podcasts allow you to do. So a couple of my friends have been asking me if I'm like going to be uploading them to like Apple Podcasts or something, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know how to. Like, I would love to, but like, it's a lot complicated, and like, fucking this podcast is a lot newer than like, a lot newer than others, and I'm not really sure how to do that. So that's going to take a bit of experience in this field. Anyway, welcome back to Black Vortex Live. Right now we are at 0 viewers. Hopefully that number will increase at the time. Just put my gum back in my mouth. We'll get a beautiful view of it, hopefully, throughout the stream. And boy, have we got some crazy stuff to get into today. All right, so first thing I wanted to cover, because I know I've been missing up some stuff. Guess what this guy saw last weekend? Sunday, I went to see Multiverse of Madness in the cinemas, and I'll have a review of that up next on our next podcast, which will hopefully be by the weekend. But I'm not sure if, because got some busy stuff going on right now. But hopefully, I'll be able to provide a review of you, what I like, what I didn't like, what I was a bit mixed on, all that stuff. And so anyway, we have got some more news to you, and I'm gonna catch up on this stuff. So some of the stuff you may consider old news, anyway. But I just wanted to cover it because I know I haven't uploaded in a while, and I put an update video out a couple of days ago, and so I wanted to do just a small update on. Actually, it wasn't a couple of days ago. It was yesterday. I wanted to just put up an update video saying where I've been because I knew I hadn't uploaded in like a month. Last video I did was like an Ezra Miller video, I think. So I'm gonna be focusing on that, and So first news is the second Kenobi trailer. It dropped a few seconds ago. Not a few seconds. Where am I going with this? It dropped a couple of weeks back, and I did watch it. I really did like it. It dropped a week ago. Yeah, I'm just checking my YouTube feed here. And it's been perception. This seems to be like a really hyped show overall, especially for Disney styles. Last show we got was Book of Boba Fett, which people were, a bit mixed on overall. And I've got it right here and got some notifications come up on my computer. That is not convenient at all. And so I wanted to give my thoughts. I'm really looking forward to it. Like, I really like the ideas of like, Obi-Wan and Uncle Owen, Luke's uncle, having confliction because that'll lead up to like episode 4, New Hope, and why Uncle Owen is lying to Luke about, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It'll show him as forming his identity as Ben Kenobi. It'll show like the Inquisitors hunting him down over the time, which will be really cool to watch because Inquisitors were last introduced in Star Wars Rebels, and I know I covered them in the last podcast I did where I shared my thoughts on that. And then we've got we got all that stuff, and we got a slight hint at Darth Vader. I'm super hyped to see Hayden Christensen come back as him because I also like he was underrated. I felt he got sort of screwed over by the bad writing of the prequel trilogy, but he was just giving what was asked of him. And I think if he has like really good material to work with at this time, then I think he could really shine as as Darth Vader, and as like I'm hoping we see him as like some Force ghosts for to like haunt Obi-Wan throughout the show, like so like Anakin Skywalker, we'll be seeing him and as Darth Vader over time. Maybe we could see like some training clips of them training together, which adds to the impact that the Battle of Mustafar had on Kenobi. And so I'm looking forward to that. But I feel like this show can't be too big because if it wants to fit into the canonicity of that was established in Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, it was established that Obi-Wan had laid low for the 19 years. So I'm hoping this is going to be one of those just where he's had to be called into action just one more time to like face off against the Inquisitors, but nothing too big because it could screw the continuity. I have a feeling it may like retcon a bit with like the whole Darth Vader scene in New Hope. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master, and whatever that could mess with that. But it never explicitly stated that that battle on Mustafar was the last fight they had up until the Death Star fight on A New Hope. So that could be interesting to see, like the first fight and like seeing Obi-Wan perhaps be a bit outmatched because he wasn't expecting him to be this good in regards to after that fight on Mustafar, and seeing his like guilt over what Anakin has become over the years, which would be really cool to watch. And also stuff. And I'm wondering what other Sith Lords are going to appear. I want Darth Maul to appear because if we're going by canonicity, then Darth Maul died like I think 3 or 4 years before uh A New Hope, and we saw that in Star Wars Rebels in that Tatooine fight where like Obi-Wan had become old and grey, and he was facing off against Darth Maul and stuff. And I'm hoping we see something like that, like Darth Maul wanting to hunt him down. Maybe they have a small duel and Obi-Wan escapes. Perhaps that could be kind of cool. But I think that might not happen because it's in regards to like it might mess with the canonicity a bit, and as I said, the show can't be too big because of the law established in Star Wars, and Star Wars fans can get a bit picky with that. Yeah. In other news, we got up the Thor Love and Thunder trailer dropped up. This has been a trailer we've been waiting for quite some time now. I remember this was sort of like this small outrage over the fact that the Miss Marvel trailer dropped like a couple of weeks before it, despite the fact Love and Thunder is set to come out this June. So that could be very interesting if I'm right. And I think it is. It's set to come out sometime in June if the trailers were correct. Correct. Just looking that up now. Yes, July 8th, 2022. And yeah, the trailer looked really good. I really like the look of how Thor is going to be like rediscovering himself. I hope they don't replace him with Jane Foster as a new Thor. That could be a bit depressing. I do have a feeling this will be the last Thor movie, but I hope it's not the last time like Chris Hemsworth is reprising his role as Thor. I hope he gets like small cameos in other films like the Avengers films and stuff like that. His new costume looks amazing. We're going to see a bit of the Guardians. I don't think they're going to be like a huge part in the film though. I have a feeling they'll be in like the first 30 minutes before they depart, and they're going to be a part of Thor's like training montage because we saw him like swing the chains in the opening of the trailer with him getting fit, and I'm glad they're doing that. I'm glad they're not automatically having him more muscular and stuff. They're showing him getting better and recovering from his experience in Avengers Endgame, which could be really cool to watch. And Taika Waititi's coming back to direct it. I'm not sure if he's writing it, however. The Thor Ragnarok was really, really good. And it's probably the best one in the trilogy. And I think Taika Waititi was a big part to thank for that because he like revitalized the franchise itself, gave it a new look and stuff, which was a really great idea. Just turn my headphones down. It gets a bit annoying having them on your ears constantly. Never mean a headphone guy myself, but that's we're getting off the point there. And we got Christian Bale, who I'm excited to see. He's like Gore the God Butcher, which would be like really cool. I hope he's like both serious and a bit of fun, like they were with the antagonists in Thor Ragnarok. And I'm interested to see what Valkyrie and the other Guardians get up to in the film. Apologies for the noise though. I'm hanging them up on my headphone stand. That could be a lot of fun to see, and seeing her like ride a Pegasus, and we're getting more Korg from the trailer. Looks like he's going to be hanging out with Thor a bit in this film. That'll be really cool to see. It's cool to see like them bonding, and the big reveal, and it looks amazing. Like visually, like Multiverse of Madness looked good. This film looks great. The way I love the look of his new costume and the way Stormbreaker is handled. Like, he got his new costume, which is like gold all over and a big flowing cape in the background, which is really cool to look at. And, I like the look of female Thor. I have to give credit to Natalie Portman for actually, bulking up and putting the muscle in to look good enough for the role, and not like, going with like The Last of Us 2, where they're like CGIing her. Hey, apologies, something just dropped then. And not going for the route where, like, they just like make her look incredibly like not non-muscular. Abby from The Last of Us 2, where it gets uncanny with like how unrealistically muscular she looked on the muscles. It was almost creepy. It was like they were trying to do a non-binary character, but they were making it clear it was a woman. So it got a bit confusing, and she wasn't even a good character. I'm interested to see how they'll reintroduce her, because in Thor Ragnarok it was established that she had dumped Thor, or as Thor put it, he dumped her. So that'll be interesting to watch. Maybe we'll see like a flashback of that playing out. And as I said, I am really looking forward to that film. Coming out. Some people might not be into it. I've seen a couple of videos criticizing it, saying it's going to be like bait and switch and stuff like that. A problem that, a lot of other, franchises have been having at this point, like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe Revelation, which sucked, but I made that clear on other podcasts that I've done. And anyway, the last topic I want to cover today, this has been a short podcast, I know, but which one hasn't been, is the Amber Heard Johnny Depp civil lawsuit. For those of you who don't know, though I'm assuming most of you might know, because this covers like nerdy stuff, basically, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were married from 2015 to 2017, and after they divorced, Amber Heard claimed Johnny Depp had been extremely abusive during that relationship, a claim which his family and ex-wives disproved immediately, saying he was a really nice guy, and a lot of his co-workers did. However, it was considered like, a significant part of the Me Too movement, because, around 2017, that's when a lot of big Hollywood figures and actors were being called out for past behavior, and women were being given a voice. I remember that. It was a big thing in news and showbiz and film news back then. And then, but, later evidence came out that Johnny Depp was in fact not the abuser. He was the one being abused by Amber Heard. And that's interesting because it sort of split the switch, and a lot of evidence on it, and people slowly started to turn onto Amber Heard's side, not Amber Heard's, Johnny Depp's side. They began to turn against Amber Heard in regards to like the legitimacy of her story, and so soon a lot of people were on Johnny Depp's side, despite the fact that he was found. Her claims like proven to a civil standard. However, that was proved as because the judge had evidence was to suggest that the judge had been biased towards Amber Heard to vote against Johnny Depp. And so Johnny Depp finally did a lawsuit, a defamation lawsuit, which is basically like when you can sue someone for spreading falsehoods about their character. And this is a topic I've wanted to cover because I fully support Johnny Depp. I believe that what Amber Heard did to him was wrong. It was repulsive, and he has every right to go after the woman who ruined his life, because he had like brand deals removed. He lost a lot of movie roles. He lost his role in Grindelwald, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, which I'm not going to be planning on seeing because, one, I've already had a love-hate relationship with the films themselves, and Johnny Depp being replaced for practically no reason is another big reason for that. A lot of fans have been largely against that. And then we had news, and this is another topic I'm going to cover, which is like how this will affect Aquaman 2. Because, and I think even if he doesn't win it, I believe he's won anyway. Public opinion has completely turned on Amber, and he is like one of the big winners of this situation because he'll have his reputation back. There's only a few people who don't support him, and they are practically idiots on Twitter anyway. And Amber Heard has been proven, and I doubt she'll actually get many movie roles after this, because I believe that they'll believe it's bad press because a lot of people are against her. People, they are against her, and movie studios will believe that might affect their box office results. Even then, news has already shown that Warner Bros. She's only got like 10 minutes of screen time in the second Aquaman movie, The Lost Kingdom, which, a lot of people had a love-hate relationship with because they didn't want to support a film with Amber Heard in, but then again, the first one was a big success. It was the highest-grossing DC movie for a good while, which a lot of people seem to ignore about it, and I don't know why. I think it still is, or I'm not sure if Joker took its spot in 2019, but that's beside the point. It was the highest-grossing film since The Dark Knight, and with that, I'm not sure if I'm going to see it, but hearing that her role's been reduced, that might turn it. Anyway, they got a whole year, so if she loses it, they can always just do the Army of the Dead treatment and digitally replace her with, I know, Tig Notaro or something. And then, we dealt with the issue of what are Warner Bros. And Disney going to do? Are they going to put Johnny Depp back in the franchise, or are they going to stick to their guns? I think they might put him out, but then again, that'll mean we've gone from Johnny Depp to Mads Mikkelsen back to Johnny Depp in regard to the Fantastic Beasts franchise, which could get confusing, and I have a feeling Warner Bros. May not do that. But, and considering they got 5 films left, they seem to have made their decision good and proper. I remember when that news was announced, I was equally as angry as everyone else. In the comment section for, Screen Rants section, their messenger, their community tab that they posted when they announced it, people were outraged, saying, "Oh well, Amber Heard's kept her roles," and yes, but I think it wasn't for the fact that he had been accused of abuse. I think it was more for the fact that he had just lost a lawsuit against The Sun, which labeled him. Sorry, so sorry about that. Where he had just labeled him as a wife beater about 2018. He was suing them, I think, also for defamation, though I'm not entirely sure. And he lost. So they thought if they continue to place him in the Fantastic Beasts movies, that would be bad press. Because they'll do the fact that most public opinion was on his side. And I think nearly all of it is now on his side after, all the allegations that has come out against Amber Heard. And, James Franco and Elon Musk, they refuse to speak up because I think they can see that they have to save their own reputation, because if they side with Amber, then they're going to basically go down flames, because I think they think that Amber Heard is going to lose at this point, and evidence has suggested that she is, even though the trial has not finished yet. I have a feeling Johnny Depp may win, but like I said, he wins either way. Even if he loses in the eyes of the court, he has public opinion on his side again. And sometimes public opinion and your reputation can be more important than whatever the court says. That's something I've learned from following celebrity news, comic book news, movie news. And then we're left with the question, if Amber Heard loses, what does that mean for the Aquaman franchise? So, for those of you who don't know, Amber Heard has portrayed Aquaman's wife and love interest, Mira, in Justice League the Snyder Cut, which she was not credited for in the credits for that film, which showed a sign of perhaps her career's ticking to an end. And she was shown in plenty, and she was announced to reprise her role in Aquaman 2: The Lost Kingdom. And she was, and in the promo images that was shown in DC Fandom 2021, evidence shows she was, she had been shown in the promo images in some of the CGI backdrops, because the CGI had yet to be finished. However, it was announced that her role will be under 10 minutes. And if you don't know, the Flash movie and Aquaman have been pushed back to 2023. I'm not sure why, and Black Adam has been pushed back to November of this year, and that film has been waiting for 10 years to come out, along with the Flash movie, which has been waiting around 9 years to come out. Not to say that the Batman and Aquaman 2 didn't have delays, but they were only delayed a year overall. Or was it 2 years for Aquaman? I think because James Wan directed it, but that's beside the point. Anyway, what does this mean? Because, a lot of people have been already signing to kick her off the movie, and she's been, and a petition on change.org has crossed 3 million signatures. I think it's 3 million anyway. I'll check now. It's on change.org, which is a petition site. Let's check here. Almost 4 million people have signed this. And that means it's closing into 4.5 million. And And if it does that, it'll become one of the top signed petitions on change.org. And that really shows how big this is for some people. And I think that could severely affect Warner Bros. Box office records. Because if 4 million people want Amber Heard off that film and they don't succeed, the chances are they won't support that film. And with word of mouth going around, chances are that could severely affect the box office, regardless of that film is good enough. Because Warner Bros. Has already received enough slack for, like, removing Johnny Depp and not removing Amber Heard, which could severely affect this film. And there's been a lot of rumors of, like, Emilia Clarke replacing her in Aquaman 2, which I doubt may happen, but I think Emilia Clarke herself has admitted that she would like to play Mira, because her and Jason Momoa, they're really good friends. They were on Game of Thrones together from season 1, and there was a really good fan art picture I saw long while back, of her as Mira, and I'm all for that. But I don't think they will do that unless they decide to, where they'll digitally replace her, Emilia Clarke, or Sophie Turner's name in my head. But I think that was just for an April Fool's joke. So sorry again. April Fool's joke. But yeah, Warner Bros. Will be in a pickle because public opinion will be against them if they don't swap, and box office revenue will be with them if they don't make that decision. I have a feeling it'll be tough for Amber Heard to get a mainstream role after this anyway. And that's my thoughts on everything. Yeah, so justice for Johnny Depp. That's all I'm going to say. That's the note I'm going to end on. Anyway, I hope everyone who has been watching has enjoyed the podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe and share it. It is really appreciated, and it does show your support for the channel. I've been Jay's Claim to the Game, and this has been the Black Vortex Podcast. Goodbye, I'll be with another episode soon.